I better turn this down because it's very possible that it's picking this up. So I don't think it is. No, that's how good these earphones are, guys. Like, I'm serious. These earphones are like legit. Oh, all right. Let's see here. I'm just making sure that everything's good to go here. Gonna make sure I'm even live because I don't even think. Oh, it says I'm streaming. Let me make sure I'm streaming here. Wow, it shows I'm streaming. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't know how to classify this, and so I just typed in like photographs, and sure enough, category photographs came up now. It's very possible that photographs is something else, but I was hoping. Let me click on photographs, see what it comes up with. Aw, I'm the only one in this channel right now. That's okay. That's okay. So anyway, yeah, I'm working on photographs, and I am actually working on them for a couple of different reasons. I'm working on them for practice because you can always use practice, and second, my wife and I are launching our photography website, and I'm not going to say what the URL is. We're working on content for it right now, and you know we just kind of decided, hey, maybe we'll do this, and so that's what we're doing. So I'm working on a collection of different photographs here. So I thought I'd go ahead and stream this stuff since everyone else said I wasn't entertaining doing what's it called? Gaming. Oh, that's right, gaming. I wasn't entertaining when it came to gaming, so I said, screw it, I'll just stream whatever I'm doing at whatever given time. And so guess what? This is what I'm doing. Now, I'm listening to my own music, and it's copyrighted, so I'm going to play something that gets apparently cleared to play. So it's this 24/7 Lo-fi channel here. Oh, don't want it coming through twice. Let me go ahead and turn the audio down here. There we go. I'll just turn it off. It's easier. And watch the monitor here. I don't want it too loud for you guys. I want you to be able to hear me. This should not get flagged through Twitch. It shouldn't. Let me make sure. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it shouldn't get flagged. It shouldn't. Let me listen to the stream real quick just to make sure that that's coming through balanced. I'll do it here on my phone. No recent activity. That's fantastic. I don't want to go to the dashboard. I want to go to the channel. Channel. There we go. All right. Let's see what this sounds like. Why does it sound like my mic is coming from? Oh, I know why. Okay. I know why it sounds like that. Because I have the mic set up wrong. Because I switched it the other day. Let's see here. Sound, audio devices. Oh, hey. Hey, kid. Let's see here. Alright, let's see if that picks up. Alright. Hopefully that sounds better. Well, it helps if I talk, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe it's because I already started recording. Let me check. Properties. No, it says it's picking it up. It's a little loud to me, but I have sensitive ears. What's loud? My voice or the music? Because I have like my volume like all the way up on here. So let me kick that down. Alright. Alright. So hopefully that's fine. Let me check my board here. How's that look? There. Maybe that sounds a little better. I'll know here in a second. I don't know if it's switching tracks. Yeah, it's switching tracks. Alright, hopefully my voice is a little better. Oh yeah, that does sound better. Okay. Talk that just a bit. Alright, now I can get rid of my Twitch stream on my phone. There we go. Let me go back to what I was listening to. There. So I think I've kind of discovered what's going on with like the entertaining value, at least in my head, because like I was sitting here rocking out listening to some Toto on my phone through Spotify, and I'm just like, I really get affected by music. And when you can't listen to music, you know, because it's copyrighted, like I don't feel like I can get into like in a good mood, you know, especially when you're playing like a game challenging. So I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? And I watched a couple of my streams and I'm just like, well, this isn't entertaining. No wonder people are saying I'm not entertaining. And it's just like, okay, well, how can I listen to music I want to listen to, stream whatever I want and still be entertaining? And it was just like, well, screw it. I'll listen to whatever I want on here, which is copyrighted, which is why I'm not playing it through this stream. And I'll let you guys listen to some chill music while I work on whatever, or, you know, I do whatever. So anyway, yeah, the stream's gonna buffer on you unless you lower it to like 360 or something like that. Maybe 160, I forget what it is. So I'm only gonna stream for a little bit because I got a bunch of stuff I gotta do, but I figured, hey, you know, this might be a little more entertaining, or at least somewhat informative if I kind of stream myself doing this stuff versus you know, playing video games. But yeah, I'm only going to stream this for I'd say about an hour. And anyway, so yeah, trying to get some content together. I've already submitted a bunch of stuff to Shutterstock, and that stuff's been approved or not approved depending on what it was. Like, for example, they didn't approve this photo, and they didn't approve it. They said it was out of focus. They said the main subject of it is out of focus. Well, it's not really out of focus. This was a Comlon f1.1 lens, and it has a super shallow depth of field. So basically imagine like a sliver of focus was there, and that's all it got. So this like off on, you know, it stops here and here. That's the area of focus within that frame. So basically if you were like taking a photo of this, literally this sliver right here, that's how much that depth of field is. And so it's like they must have like looked at the overall image and been like, well, it's out of focus. Yeah. And then they said they flagged it for being copyrighted, said it, you know, has copyrighted material in it, and there's no brands, there's nothing on here to dictate that it is copyrighted. You know, there might be a patent on this particular object, but there's no copyright here. So they flagged that too. So I don't agree with that. And like, if you actually went to Shutterstock, they said that if you submit copyrighted material, so I'm gonna type in Shutterstock real quick. If you submit copyrighted material that they flag as copyrighted, like here, you can see I've looked up pictures. They say you have to submit a copyright release form from, like in this case, Sony. So that means that this dude went and got copyright releases from Sony to be able to have it approved here on Shutterstock. So I'm just like, okay, you know, like this is a Canon. I believe it's a Canon. I could be wrong, could be a Nikon, but it's one of those, you know, and it's like, okay, that's Nikon. But the thing is, like, they're saying every single image that you submit has to contain a copyright release for that image from the copyright owner. And I'm like, I get that, but it's like, if there's no brand, then why in the world is there, you know, a copyright release needed? So anyway, so yeah, if I came on here and said camera lens, you know, you can see that there are a lot of different, we'll see this one actually has a brand on it. This is a brand. This is a Miki. It's a type of third-party lens, camera lens. That is copyrighted, which means this person needed to be able to get the copyright release for it. So, hey Cart, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? So I, you know, I see all these lenses on here, and I'm just like, that means these people have had to get copyright release, or because they're in a different country. I just thought of that, okay? Because US has copyright laws, where some countries, I'm sure they have some protection against intellectual properties, but maybe they're not as strict here or there as they are here. And so, for example, this is in Indonesia. The one I complained about before, well, this one's in Minnesota, but the one I complained about before was Sony. He was in Germany. So anyway, yeah, I submitted this photo. They said it was out of focus, which it's not out of focus. It's just a very, very shallow depth of field. They said there was way too much noise and posterization. I don't see any, you know, posterization, and there is very, very slight noise, like very, very slight noise. Like I don't get it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the same photos that were declined. This one and this one were declined. I went ahead and removed it. Here, let me go ahead and find it. Show and explore, locate. That's gonna be stock photo. Which one are they looking for? This one. Nope, it's looking for ARW. I gotta think, what did I do with the ARW? Oh, there it is. Got it. I've moved stuff around. I gotta keep remembering, stop moving stuff around. So anyway, this one, they said I needed a copyright release form for my own kid, which, okay, I get that. As a parent, I can go ahead and do that. But I just did not have my shutter speed as high as it should have been to capture him perfectly sharp. But I thought the photo was really good, and I submitted it, and they said no. It said subject's out of focus. So my wife, she takes amazing photos, and unfortunately, some of the photos she has are really good, but they are slightly out of focus. So I'll show you a couple of photos she's taken. Let's see here. So here's one. You know, I'm afraid to submit some of these because they'll say they're out of focus. Now, this was taken roughly 10 years ago, and at the time, I feel like this was in focus. You know, if you look for the time of the technology and things like that, this was taken on a, God, I want to say like a 5D or something like that. They'll probably decline it. they'll probably say it's not in focus because it's not stupid super sharp. Same thing here. Yeah, so now this is Shutterstock saying this stuff. Now this was recently taken with a Sony a7 III, so this should be okay. Now some of these are for stock photos, some of them are actually for photography for her website, so for our website. Like this one I'm concerned about. This is one I shot. All right, cool, man. This is one I shot. Now they'll probably say again that it's copyright. That's what I'm expecting. Like there's hardly any noise, hardly any posterization. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's, you know, overall it's a sharp photo, and it's 6,000, you know, it's a 6 megapixel photo, so I mean it should be fine. But they're just like super picky, so it's very possible that they could say that this is copyrighted, and I'm just like, how? Other than it's, you know, it is a Gibson guitar, but I didn't remove the logo or anything. It just, you know, it is. So but there's some stuff, like my wife, she took this picture I thought was really cool, but I can't get it sharp, because what happened was it ended up focusing on the dust that was on the mirror instead of it focusing on the lens element. It focused on the dirt on the mirror. So this one is kind of shot. Let's see here. So yeah, I just finished doing this one here. This is what the original looked like, and I just kind of went through, tried different things. I wasn't happy with like the way the color was, fixed the color balance, and then like at the end of it, I was just like, you know what, I think this one would look pretty good black and white, and so that's what I did, black and white. So now sometimes they don't need too much touch up. This one was taken this past Thanksgiving, and it didn't require a whole lot of touch up. As you can see here in the history, there's just not that much. I cropped it a little bit and then just kind of punched the colors a little bit. Now there are some photos that you know, a lot of you guys will see photos out there, those that are interested in photography, or just, you know, you see cool photos. A lot of the times they're not shot that way. And so for example, this photo here was manipulated quite a bit to get to that. So it started out like this. Now it was cool. That's legitimate fog. And it was one of the mornings where it was really cold outside, and a warm front came through, and just, you know, you get that dense fog. So anyway, just, you can't really, I don't think I can make the, yeah, I don't really have a way to show you over here. So anyway, at least I don't think I do. No, it's been a long time since I've been in Lightroom, so you'll have to bear with me here. So anyway, you can see over here on the left, you know, I'm just adding radial filters, gradient filters, and just tweaking, adjusting, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. And then eventually you land at this. So, you know, simple things like, here's a photo that I took of my wife in the car. We were on our way to get our son and pick him up from school. And again, it looks like there's a bunch of stuff, but a lot of it is just very minor. And so I'll go in and adjust the color. You can see it up in the corner there, that, you know, just punching highlights, punching, you know, shadows a little bit, just trying to get the color balance right. You'll see I'll punch up that back there because it's just really just too dark. And then, you know, when it's all said and done, That's what we end up with. So yeah, I just decided, hey, screw it. You know, nobody wants to watch me play video games, so I'll just I'll do this, and maybe you guys can see something cool. So anyway, let's see here. This one I don't think is in focus either. I believe this is one my wife took. So yeah, it's not really in focus. I mean, you can punch up certain things. Kind of what I start with is just starting with presets, get an idea of where I want to go with it. Oh, let me get back here. Okay, so my general go-to setting is going to be punch. And sometimes it'll kill the highlights and overexpose it. But yeah, so anyway, that's usually what I'll start with, just to see how bad it's going to be. And then from there, so I'll come in here and I'll set it to punch, and I'll see how much it's overexposed or underexposed, and then I'll switch over to develop panel, and I'll come in here and I'll adjust like the white balance. Obviously cloudy's good because it's cloudy. And let's see here, what do we want to, shadows are kind of they need a little help. You don't want to just kill it, that's the whole thing. So I'll just come in here and I'll tweak quite a bit. I tried showing my wife some of this, and I don't think she wanted to. I'm lowering the highlights just to recover a lot of this blown out area, because what we can do is come back in certain areas like her back here, and we can fix that. All right, we'll just punch the saturation just a little bit more, and let's start with straightening. So many people try to take photos with these strange angles, like trying to make it unique, and it works sometimes, but most of the time it's just awkward. So it's nice if you can go in and straighten up your photos. I don't think I did that too straight though. Let's see here. So I'm just using the grid and just kind of eyeballing it. Obviously, if you have natural lines in here, like I do here, and also with the door, it can make it a little easier. But sometimes, even with natural lines in the scene, it can be a little off depending on the perspective that it was shot at. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see, anything else? Sometimes I'll adjust the actual crop itself to just try to see if there's a better way to frame it, because sometimes the way it was taken isn't always the best way. You find out that after the fact. I think the first thing I'm going to do is warm this up. So we're going to grab a gradient filter. Sunlight's coming in this way, so we're going to just drag this gradient filter down. And then once the gradient filter is in place, you can actually change it here to whatever you want to use gradient filter for. So I'm going to use it for temperature, and you can see the change right away, because I just want it to come across a lot warmer than it already is. So I'm just going to apply this to a little more of the image. Alright, something like that. A lot of times I'll come up to the navigator just to kind of look at it real quick to get an overall feel. Now outside's gonna, especially even on just like an overcast day, it's gonna have a lot more yellow. So you gotta be careful. If you go too red, it won't look natural with your white balance. So that's okay. I think I'm going to drag this filter down just a bit more. Something like that. So many people get so caught up in the Instagram filters that just you can really kill some nice photos with those Instagram filters. No, trying to control the exposure a little bit. All right, I'm gonna punch the clarity a little bit more. So what we're going for here is a balance between the dark here down where her body is, and then of course all the light coming through the front door there. So once we have that, we can also add another filter going the other way. And then what this is going to do is it's going to control the light off of this reflection coming in on the floor. And we're going to come back and just apply a temperature with that. You see how that warmed that bottom up there too. So, and then we can control how much that affects that. And that's why I like the gradient filters, because then you can control the fall off of the effect of it. Just gonna punch that in. Trying to make it a little warmer. She actually has naturally yellow on her, where her white should be in her coat. I mean, we can whiten her coat, but it's actually yellow, and around her beard in the front is yellow as well. So just kind of looking at some stuff here that I'm pretty good at that. We're gonna come back here and we can tweak some stuff. You can tweak the individual HSLs here. That's hue, saturation, and luminance. And so basically you can adjust how, like if the red doesn't appear to be like a true red, you can shift your sliders here. So if there's any red in the scene, there's yellow and there's orange and there's green. So for example, here on the front lawn of the other, of the house across the street, there's some green, obviously, so that we can adjust the hue. And it might be subtle, but it's on the left side there. Most of it's yellow, so see, because of the warmth I applied. So we're just gonna try to find a happy ground. Let's see, does that look good? Let's see, what do we got? So the sky is not aqua. What is it? And I am using Lightroom 5. I'm not using a newer version, but most of the stuff I'm messing with still applies to the newer version. Okay. A lot of times I'm just like tweaking things just to see what they look like, you know, because when I'm saying tweak, it's just like, I mean, I'll go extremes to see what is actually being affected in the scene. Yeah, something like that. That's pretty good. Yeah. My wife is actually on her way to Georgia. She's going to be checking out a project down there at one of their plants that for the company she works for, and she's one of the top people that has to make sure that what people get in their homes is going to be, well, at least what she normally works on. The product is what, you know, you guys expect the quality to be, and so I'm not going to say what that is, and I'm not going to say anything else about her job, but it's very important because it is a commodity that everyone uses. So I'm going to just grab this. We're going to see how much noise is actually, because this looks like could be this. Yeah, it's just a. I'm gonna dial this back just a little bit. I'm gonna punch this noise reduction up. There, that's not too bad. I mean, again, there's not gonna be too much you can do. I'm trying to think anything else I want to deal with. There's these spots in the floor. These probably where she was outside and she came in, something like that. Oops. So I'm using the spot removal tool right now. Sometimes I feel it's a little better than what Photoshop has to offer. Sometimes. Let's drop this right down. But while she's out of town, I have to take care of our little one. He's going to be 4 here this week, and it's going to be the first time Daddy's had to take care of him with the boss being out of town. So it's going to be a little interesting for sure. I know he was crying quite a bit when we dropped him off at school today. Again, he's only 3, well, almost 4. Clean up some of that. How's that look? Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so I mean, this is basically it. Now you could do some other things just to, like, hey, welcome back, Art. You could do some other things here. I guess I could show you. So we can export this, and I'll export it, and we'll put it in my folder. And I'll put this. I haven't started an animals folder yet. I think it's my wife's, but everything's going to the same website. And again, once I actually get the site up and running, I'll let people know what the actual URL is, so you guys can go check it out. So select folder. Don't need to do that, and we'll just call this Maya 1. So I'll show you something that you guys can do to really spruce up your photos. Like, if you guys ever heard of like Peter McKinnon, he's probably one of the biggest ones you may have heard of. He actually does a lot of what I'm going to show you here. So here's the photo that we just did in Lightroom. Now I am working off of a color calibrated monitor and color calibration system. I use a Spider Color 4. So maybe what you see on your screen, depending on whether you're using a mobile device or whether you're using a tablet, a laptop, things like that, what you see may not be as color accurate as what I'm working on here. So just keep that in mind. Let's see here. Okay, so what I was going to show you is, for example, let's go ahead and what we could do. Now, there isn't sun or anything like that, but I'm just going to kind of give you an idea. So you can do like these dust particles here, not those. You can do like dust particles and add them to your scene. I'll show you the same thing here with another photo. So now the screen might look a little weird simply in widescreen, like on the stream, and that's because I have an ultra wide 38-inch monitor I use. So when you're picking out different things like what I'm looking at here, what you want to do is at least try to look for some consistency. And these photos should be okay to use. If you're gonna go to like even Peter McKinnon will say, you know, when he's doing this stuff, he'll say, you know, hey, if it's a photo that I use over and over and over again, like a stock photo, texture photo, however you want to call it, if I use it over and over again, I'll buy it. And he'll say that. Now this is actually, this is kind of what I want, but it's footage. So what I'm gonna do is just see what this looks like. Now, because I know a little bit about websites and how they work, I just want to grab, okay, so there's the video itself. This is the web media element. I might be able to just grab this here. No. All right. So what I can do though is I'll show you guys. I'm just gonna blow it up here. I guess I can turn off the developer here and back this up. Again, I just need like a portion of this, so I'm gonna use the snipping tool. You can do the same thing on a Mac. Now I know what you're thinking. Wow, that's blurry. Well, I don't really care. So we're gonna flip it because the light's coming through the door. Just gonna kind of make it a little bigger here. And then once it's all done here, we're gonna just kind of clean it up a bit. So to get rid of the pixelation, you can do even something simple like a Gaussian blur. And you'll clean up your pixelation a bit, and then come back in and sharpen it up. Just, oh, come on. It's been a while. Come on. There we go. Just trying to get some impact. Again, I'm selling one of my this isn't my streaming rig. It's the case is down here on the ground. I'm hitting it. The one I'm using right now is up here. So I'm gonna be selling the parts out of it. Now I posted that online if anyone was interested in the parts, because I'm just that was for streaming video games. I know a lot of people were showing their support for me, and I really appreciate it, but I'm just not entertaining. So all right, let's see. So what I did here was I just created another layer, and I decided I'm gonna do this a different way. So we're just gonna change the blending for the layer, so we can try to get a different look here. I'm gonna lighten this up. All right. Maybe. So you'll see particles start to come in. I really wish my keyboard. I'm using an older version of Photoshop too, but it'll work the same. I'll clean this up here. All I'm gonna do is cut down on a couple of things here. Let me think. What do I want to do? Increase these shadows, but I don't want to lose too many. I think that should be good. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some artificial noise and then gauze it and then add some more. So this is here, I'll show you what I mean when I say that. So you can go ahead and add noise. I'll show you what I mean. Hold on. Come on. Oh, I'm set on gradient. I'm like, why isn't it filling? So here, and I got to think motion. Maybe the sun came out. Yep, sun came out. All right, I gotta think about this for a second. I haven't done noise for a while. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you can just create a monochromatic noise just like this, and you don't have to do too much, because what you're gonna do, and we could have done this smaller, but I think I'm gonna just take a piece out because I only need to take a certain piece out. I'm gonna just Command J because I only need that much. Well, let me crop that. There we go. It'd be nice if it could do like a real-time capture of my commands that I'm hitting on my keyboard. I'm sure there is somewhere, but I don't know it. All right, so yeah, so you have something like this, and then you can You can equalize it, and then you'll get more dots from it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell it what I want to be white, and then let's see here. We're just gonna try to eliminate a lot of this, a lot of the difference here. Something like that. And let's do, how do I want to do it? Come in here, see how much of a reduced noise we're gonna get. But yeah, because I don't have my other system going. Oh, it says there's motion on my back door. That's odd. Hold on. It's probably wind. Oh, yeah, hold on. Hold on. I thought I let my dog in. My security camera just showed that my dog was outside at the door. That's really weird. Let me look here. Huh. Yeah, I've had so many problems with my phone since the Android 1 UI. My watch now drains in like, took it off the charger, what, 4 hours ago, 4.5 hours ago, and it's already down at 50%. Ridiculous. So now what I want to do, you can use, I gotta think about it. Where is it? Oh, filter, other, high pass. High pass? No, not high pass. Hold on. Oh, this is what I want to do. I gotta think about what I wanted to do. Trying to. Oh, there we go. That'll work. Not quite what I wanted to do, but nope. So once you have a bunch of this, trying to figure out to reblur, right? Like that. Wait, hold on. I know what I did wrong. I gotta back it up. I gotta back it up a few steps here. I need to isolate this better. And I need to do that through I gotta think about how I want to do it. No. Which one did I want to use? I can't remember now. Save, fragment, crystallize. I don't think it's halftone. Let's 65, 40, and 20. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I can't remember. So I'm trying to. Could be threshold. Yes, it was threshold. Oh my god. That took forever. Okay. So yeah, again, we just went dust particulates. And then once you have them, then you can go ahead and throw, you can duplicate the layer. And we want to blur the one underneath, I believe. Now I got to think about what I wanted. Let's see here. Yeah, so I want this one. And I think I'm going to have to set my tolerance to like 2, if I remember right. And yeah, okay, that works. And then, oops. Let me try that again. So I'm inverting my selection. There we go. Okay, so guys, yeah, you should be able to see this. Now, if some of the specs don't look right, you just get rid of them. Again, we're looking for. Now, dust isn't perfect, by the way, unless you ask some like ghost hunters, and then they're like, "Oh my gosh, look at that orb." A lot of times, I'll just watch it because it's funny. If you guys haven't seen like ghost hunter shows, they're funny. All right, so I'm gonna duplicate it again because the layer underneath, I'm actually going to blur it. And what we're hoping to accomplish here with the blur, you guys might not be able to see it. Let me zoom in. All right, so there's my little pixelated speck. Now what we want to do is blur behind it. See, and that's going to create our little halo. And then we're going to blur the front now that we can see how much, because we just want a little blur. And before we do that, actually, I want to go ahead and create another one. Blur Gaussian. I know this is a lot of work, but what you can end up actually doing is saving these files and using them over and over. So again, once that's done, now sometimes you can come in here and do like a filter that'll modify the overall shape. I think it's paint jobs. I can't. Man, I need some RAM. I don't want any sharpness. I'm trying to remember what it is. One of these makes for a really good smoothing, but maybe I'll try surface blur. I don't think it's I haven't done it for a while. I usually go and just pick up a stock photo. So we're just gonna stick with what I was doing before. Let's do, yeah, Gaussian blur. And all I'm doing is basically stepping down. There we go. And I'm selecting the entire layer, as you can see there. I'm inverting it. And then I am going to select, modify. I think because I inverted it, I need to expand. Yeah, there we go. That should be it. Okay. That's not too bad. All right, so I'm going to flatten these. And then just want to make sure these show up right. Okay. And we are going to try to blow these out a little bit. Oh, wrong one, exposure. Come on. I shouldn't have my invert. Wow, these aren't even, oh, hold on. I may have had it selected. Let me make sure it's even being affected. Okay, I must have something. Let me make sure I got them. Yeah. I don't know why it's not cooperating. It should cooperate now. There. Yeah, because, yeah. Why was it? I have no idea why it was doing what it was doing. There. Okay. So now that we can see the rest of them, I'm just going to wipe out, obviously, the really weird ones. And it's supposed to be somewhat random, so having them right on top of each other, it's no good. But right away, you can see that that would work for snow, right? So we can actually go ahead and use this on a different one, which we will. Next, I'm going to go ahead and try to get rid of the gray, and you can do that a couple of different ways, but we're just going to use this. I'm going to leave a little of the gray though, just for some mass. See? Isn't that cool? All right. And so in this case, I'm going to go ahead and just duplicate this, and I'm going to protect it. And I usually do that by just creating another layer, whatever I created here, and then I'll drop it down below. And that usually will do the trick. Still looking for the oddball, weird looking shaped ones here. Let's go ahead and save the progress we have so far. We'll just save it like that. Well, I know what my wife has planned for today. You know, she's in the airport. What do you got going on today, buddy? All right, next we're gonna add a little color to it. And so let's do a color overlay. And then what I'm gonna do is try to match some of this gold out here using the ink dropper. And once that's all done, let's see here. Come on. Wow, I'm running out of thing. Oh, you know why? I don't think I'm. Hold on. Man, this thing is just not cooperating. I'm just gonna get kind of close. I don't know why it's not behaving. Why? Wow. Okay. I'm gonna deselect anything I may have selected. Okay, I definitely have it, because it should be getting brighter. You can see the glow there. Basically, if you duplicate it on top of itself, it'll actually get brighter. So I'm gonna rasterize the layer style. I'm gonna duplicate it again, and this time we're gonna try to see how I made it bright there. I set the blending to overlay, and you can do that with a couple of different ones and you'll get different effects. So see right there, that's color dodge. Color dodge is pretty good. We can use that. See? All right. So once we have that in place, we can go ahead and we'll make this a little bigger. And something like that. And then of course we'll go back through and we'll pick out ones that like the sun, sun coming through here would not actually, you wouldn't be able to see any dust particulates unless there was like really strong ambient light on the back side of her, because she's blocking the light. So a lot of these wouldn't exist. So let's go ahead, and I just merged that. Gonna kind of drop this down a little bit. Now dust is going to be really tiny most of the time, unless it's like really close. So I'm thinking, how do I want to do that? Let me check. Oh, you're actually going to behave. How nice. So I'm just going to adjust that a little bit. Adds a little red glow to it. And soft light. Doesn't look quite right, does it? And this works better with snow. But yeah, I mean, you could do something like that. You could also, like I said, with not that. I'm trying to find it. What the hell did I do with? Oh, Snippy tool. Why is it all the way down there? Oh. But let's say you just wanted the color from here. We could just change that. And then something like that. And then you can always cycle through these, at least on a PC you can. As long as the mouse has been activated in that, you can, use your up and down keys. So like right here with overlay, you can see that it's accounted for the darkness there. I still think, let me make sure. I still think that we could probably adjust some of these by just, we're gonna pick a soft brush. I'm gonna set my opacity on the brush to like 50%. And, that way, this one's okay. That one's a little strong. That one's fine. These are too close. All right, buddy. Take care. Oh, why do you hate Delta? Besides it being Delta. Oh, I like that one. I want to keep that dust there. Okay, next. I want to blow this out. Just trying to think how I want to do it. Average gives it kind of a bokeh effect. Sometimes when you use the sharpen mask, it can actually work to your advantage. It's even more bokish. Trying to remember what yeah. No, that's not what I want. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. It's been so long. What I may end up doing is using, yeah, I think I'll try that and see what it. Because I'm just trying to add. No, let's use an iris one. Cancel. Actually, let's do a tilt shift. With the tilt shift, you can actually, how I was talking about the photo before that had a sliver of focus, and that's what we can do here. We can actually just say, hey, we only want this particular area in focus with this, and then the fall off will occur on the outer edges. So you can see how the dust is kind of like falling off here. You can do the same thing over here where it just kind of falls off. Then we can control like how much it does. So like only this stuff would be in focus, which is fine. Go ahead and apply that. Oh my God, are you serious? That doesn't make sense unless you were like last aboard the plane. What time is it? 11:20. Yeah, only about 40 more minutes here, guys. And then that's gonna be it. I've got other stuff I need to do. But I'll show you the snow stuff real quick, so you can see how easy it is to apply. Okay. So now that I have all that, what I'm actually gonna do, I think I'm actually gonna make this stuff even smaller. Okay. I think. I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't work here because, you know what? I don't think it works here. Because even when I'm trying it in different ways, it just not working. It just doesn't have that natural sunlight, ray of light coming through. So I'm gonna kill this one, go back to Lightroom, and then I'll grab that photo I was talking about with the snow. So for example, let's grab this one maybe. No, let's do this one. So there's already like snow falling. You can see it, but it's not like, not even, yeah. So I can't find the photo. That's fine. I'm just gonna use snipping tool real quick so I can show you. So I don't really care about that. Did it grab it? Usually it puts it in front. Yeah, it did. That was weird. I hope I saved the, yeah, I did. I was like, oops, what did I do with my snow? I got rid of it. Idiots. Okay. So just gonna bring this crop in just a bit. You are, why is it, ugh. Well, we could do, no, see, it always does that. I hate that. I really hate it when it does that. Not ratio, original, thank you. All right, let's just do something like this. I don't even care that it's cut off. Then we're just gonna grab this, of course, obviously. There's our layer. Just bring it over here. So now this is what a lot of the, you know, Instagrammers and stuff will do. They'll, if you guys didn't know that, you can just add these snow, this fake snow. So yeah, I'm just making it larger by duplicating the layers so you can see it here. You should be able to see it, yeah. Okay, and then I want to make sure it's sitting right, something like that. Whoa. And then once it's like kind of in the right way, because I want it to show also on his, all right, take care, be safe. So then now all we're going to do is we're going to add a little motion blur and have it go downward, or maybe a little off to the side, something like that. Oh, it's too late. She couldn't hear me. All right, so it's not as random as I would like it to be, but again, you know, this is just quick and dirty. So, and then of course you can apply a little bit more. So all I'm doing is I duplicated the layer and then I applied the shortcut for the motion blur. So then we're just going to offset this a little bit. Maybe even, let's see. You don't want to like go the opposite of the way it came, but yeah, I mean, that's generally how they do it. They just add extra, you know, snow that wasn't there or rain that wasn't there. And you could do the same thing with rain. So like, for example, if you wanted to do rain and I'm still adding snow, let me lock that layer and lock this bottom one. That way I can at least grab some actual snow here. And there we go. Just adding more motion blur to random ones here. And try to get it off his face, because again, it is artificial, so you just kind of want it to blend in with the rest. And then of course we could go in here and it just does not want me to adjust that, and I think it's because there's not enough pixel data. So wow, I definitely have it. All right, I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and let me equalize it. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know what's wrong with it, and I just got to think about. So the problem is the amount of pixel data that's here. So I'm gonna equalize it, and then I'm gonna change it here. So I'm gonna tell it that the black is actually white. And come on. Okay, it's being nasty, so we're gonna do this more forcefully. I'm literally gonna tell it that it's white. Saturation. Okay. And I just want to make sure we do the last color here. Place color. Right there. See, there we go. Now there should be enough data. Okay. Again. Okay. This is just too close. So I'm gonna duplicate it again and just offset it. Add a little more motion blur to it. Something like that, and get rid of some of the bunching that can occur. Let's get rid of that one that's like right on his face. Okay. All right. So yeah, so that's snow. Took a long way to get there, but yeah, it's obviously a lot easier if you use someone else's pre-made texture. But again, if you're going to try it a couple times, you know, there's all kinds of different sites out there that you can actually use samples from just to see what it looks like. So for example, if I go to istockphoto.com and look for snow, now you'll get all kinds of different photos here, but something like this is okay. This is a bit much. Always a bit much. Don't use anything like that. This one's good. Okay, so it's $12 for the image. Now, you know, you can buy it for $12. I have Honey. If you guys don't know what Honey is, and this video is not sponsored by Honey at all. So, but yeah, this allows you to. It goes out and just automatically searches for coupons for whatever sites are registered. So it says, "Hey, look, I saved $3. I saved $3 on that image. Look at that."
Here's your water.
I'm not going to use it.
You guys want to order?
So let's see here.
Yes.
So here it is. Now, I'm going to copy it real quick and just paste it so I can show you the difference between theirs and mine. So that's that. And then I'm going to paste in their image. Good. Arlo backdoor. It's got to be wind. All right. So, and guys, I only condone the use of removing of logos when it is why am I getting, that's weird. Huh, that's weird. Usually I can use content aware. It is not using content aware. Anyway, just to get the overall look, you can, I'm just gonna use heal real quick. Yeah, again, I just, I'm not condoning the use of tools to get rid of copyrighted or watermarked images. This is simply just to try the image. If you like the image, buy the image, especially if you're using it a lot. An image like this could be used a lot, so I'm just not promoting the site. Okay, you're being nasty, so I'm going to be nasty. Opacity, there we go, and there we go. Quick and dirty. I'm using the clone tool because I'm tired of waiting. Okay, so then, so there you go. So that's theirs. So yeah, it could be, and it depends on you. You also got to think. See, there you go, iStock. Depends on how big you want your flakes. It could be really big because there's a mix of ones that are close to the camera, which will be out of focus, because of your depth of field. So yeah, so there you go. There's a good idea of what it looks like. And I just put that black and white image into blending mode of screen. So that's theirs. This is mine. Again, they're probably using multiple layers. So what we could have done here is, because mine's blurred there, so then I could come in here with my other sharper layer and then lay that in, right? And that's going to be further back from the blurred. Let's make it somewhat big, and then we're going to blur that just a bit, just a little bit. That's pretty good. So then, yeah, so we have our blurred snow, and then we have our more like in focus snow, like it was caught like in midair. So it's sort of similar to what the Getty image is doing here, and you can just keep playing with that all day until you have it, and that way you've created it and it didn't cost you anything, versus using the Getty image, which is ready to go. So if you have a client waiting for something, sure, go ahead, and then tie it into the billing for it. So but yeah, we're not going to stick anything on there. And close that. So let's see here, anything else? So we did this photo over here. I'm trying to think, did I have anything else that I wanted to? She's got quite a bit. I don't. Let's see. 30 more minutes. What else can we do? So these were all converted. I want to do another random one. This one's, how big is the resolution on this one? Oh, that's not bad. So we can do that one. What else? What kind of resolution is this? Yeah, that's fine too. Well, actually, now that I'm thinking, did we take that? So I've used so much stock photography over time that sometimes I get confused versus what was mine, what was theirs, and you find them in stock photo folders mixed in with regular photos, and it's like, I need to find out. So easy way is just to go to Google Images and drag and drop it in there. It'll take a second, especially with how large it is. And then if it will, if it finds it, if it's from the internet, it'll find it. No other sizes, nothing. And I don't think anything matches it, which means we did take the photo. Okay, sweet. So what we'll do is I'll just show you a couple of different ones here. We'll grab this, and how's this one? This one's pretty good. We can use that for stock. I know she took that one. Which one's better? I'd rather take this one. So let's use that one. This one's good too. Hopefully the sizes are good. This one. I think that's it. I don't really want to mess with anything else. Do I? Oh yeah, that one. Okay. So I'm actually going to create a new folder now that I'm thinking about it. I'm just going to call it in Lightroom. I suck at organizing my stuff. Right. So we'll do this one, right? Yeah. No, not that one. So that one, this one, this one. So yeah, we'll just do these. So once I have them in there, we'll jump back to library and import. Let me free up some of the RAM from Photoshop. And we'll jump out of her folder out of my folder into her folder, and then let's right in Lightroom. So once we have those all set up, we'll go ahead and pull them in. Hopefully this is sharp enough. Yeah, it looks like it will be. So again, we can try a couple of different things. Scenic's gonna add a touch of sharpness and a little saturation or vibrance. I can't remember which one. White balance is fine. It looks fine. So let's come in here and see what it says. Come on, go up. Did it actually touch anything? Yeah, it looks, no? That's weird. I wonder what it did. So I'm just gonna boost the clarity just a bit, the vibrance just a bit. You guys can't overdo the clarity in Lightroom because it'll just kill your image. This was actually exposed pretty well. We can try to salvage some of those shadows. This is a JPEG, so there's not going to be a ton of data back here. Yeah, I don't want to do too much, because what's going to happen is this noise is going to kill it. All right, get rid of some of the noise. That's pretty good. So yeah, we're just gonna punch it a little bit here. Let's see, which one do we have? Magenta? Yeah. So yeah, the sun has obviously overexposed a little bit, so we can drop this luminance down just a bit, recover some of that detail. Again, this was JPEG, so I'm not sure how much we're actually going to be able to recover. I'm recovering this middle part here, or trying to. So the purple is over on the right side. We're just going to push saturation a little bit. You don't want to overwhelm it. Same thing with there's a little green and a little yellow. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yellow could take a really good boost. And there is some orange in there, so we're gonna boost that too. How's that? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Is there anything we want to crop out of frame? Like that. This sucker right here is probably what caught the autofocus. Even though it looks like it's bending backwards. All right, that's fine. That looks pretty good. I mean, you could obviously come in here and do some other crazy stuff. You know, you could grab this. We can change it to a temperature. You know, and this is going to affect your overall settings you just changed. So keep that in mind. There we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I think that's it on that one. Again, these can go pretty quick. Let's move to the next one. All right, here we go. Pretty dull. Let's see how bad the noise is, because obviously it's going to have a slightly higher ISO. Yeah, there's a lot of noise here. So what we'll try to do first, we're not even going to do an actual setting, a preset. We're just going to jump right in and see if we can't fix any of this noise. If the noise can't be fixed, there's no point. So what we're going to do here, yeah, so that cleaned up the noise quite a bit. I don't see a lot of posterization. So this is obviously picked up focus. So I'm actually going to use a radial filter, bring this in just to draw and focus a little bit more. I want to make sure I have the right, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so invert the mask, and I'm gonna actually use clarity here. Don't want to do too much because it will mess with your highlights and shadows. Something like that. Just kind of boost the sharpness, because it's a little hard to see. The noise, it's here, but we're gonna try to hopefully just say it's so busy that they won't be able to see it. All right, and I'm gonna boost the temperature just a bit. Something like that. That looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and kick out of this mask, back out. All right, so what can we do to fix it? Well, let's try a couple of different things. All right, first of all, it's cloudy, so let's go back one step. Let's change the white balance to, oh, I forgot it's a JPEG. So we're gonna have to do it ourselves here. That's fine. Again, there's a lot of data that's we're not gonna be able to recover. Stupid JPEG. I am trying to recover these overexposed areas. That's fine. Try to draw the focus to the middle. There we go. That's not too bad. There's still quite a bit of noise back here and pixelation. I'm a little worried we're not going to be able to use this. Yeah, I'm actually going to abandon it. All right, let's jump on this one. This one's going to be pretty easy because most of the work's done for us. So let's go ahead and just throw a punch on there. There we go. And let's just make sure there's no... yeah, there's a little noise. We can get rid of that down here. Just pop that in. There we go. All right. This will be a good stock photo. And we're just going to punch up the orange a bit. Like that. And I'm thinking this is blue. Yeah. Okay, good. We'll just do some of that. That looks good. Look at the navigator for the overall image. Again, there's not much to be done here. Most of the work's been done for us. I'll boost the orange because there's some orange in there. A little red. And dial back the clarity maybe. No. Vibrance. I'm just offsetting some settings here. Again, these sliders are not designed to, you know, go to extremes. They're to be tweaked. All right, that's pretty good, I think. Yeah, I don't really see it. I mean, we can see what a gradient filter will do here, and then we'll throw it on temperature. Sometimes you can get a really cool effect depending on your light source. The light source is pretty direct here, though. All right, let's see here. I think I just want to do a gradient, maybe. Punch the contrast. No, not too much. Just a smidgen. Try to recover these highlights that I've blown out. Just a little clarity. And I think that's coming across as green, so let's see. Looks like it might be just off a bit. I'm just thinking about the overall colors. I think we'll go a little further this way. Something like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just to give it a little character there. All right, next. I call that one done. Okay, now this one. All right. This is for stock photo, so I wonder how much it's outside. It looks kind of sharp here. It was in a moving car, which isn't too bad. Try to punch it a little bit. No. Sometimes that punch can just kill it. All right, that's a little better. We'll jump right in. I'm wondering how I want to handle this mirror here. If I can just get the... I feel like if I just start down here first, and then, yeah, let's try that. So obviously that's a car mirror, and we're gonna try to source some of this to hopefully get rid of it. Come on. Something like that. And then I'm going to use clone. So I'd rather do that in Photoshop. That or just get rid of the pole altogether. You know what? I think that's best. Because there's already one pole in the scene, so we can go ahead and just do that. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to do that. Let me shrink my brush down. Wow, I really wish... stupid. I don't know, can I do that? Yes. Okay, I had not tried that yet. I know Photoshop can do it, but I did not know if Lightroom. Now, it might be kind of hard with these trees. Might have to do that a different way. Let's see if we can try to get it to blend in better, feathering it. Okay, so the top part here up in the corner, that's fine. So what we'll probably do here You know what? I know why it didn't show up right. Because I didn't have it on heal. Damn it. Alright, so it's on heal now. Let's try that again. So, click. Let's try it. Alright, so now that it's set to heal, it might actually work a little better. Or not. Where's it pulling? Where is it pulling these flowers? Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay. Just want to add a little bit of a feather to it. Because it is. And we'll use the clone separately here to clean the rest of it up. So, next, we're going to come in here like this. And because it's mid-level, something like this. Okay. Still have this stupid mirror stuff going on. So we're just going to do that. Something like that. No, I don't want you to grab it over here. Okay. Okay. Feather. See what that looks like. Alright, let's come back in here one last time. I think I'm gonna clone this area. It just doesn't look right. That's not too bad because it looks like this is stretching out. Oh, there's a little repetition there. Let's get rid of that. That's fine. Change that. Can we change that? I don't know if I can change that on the fly like that. I haven't done that before. Right. Again, I'm looking for repetition and damn it. So I'm going to shrink my brush down. Just kind of get rid of it there. There we go. All right. That's not too bad. Yes, I know I've been inactive. It wants me to do a torso twist. There we go. Silly thing. Okay, so that's pretty good. This doesn't bother me. Again, this is for a stock photo. There is some slight skewing here. This is rolling shutter causing this. I'm not sure that I want to correct it. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and jump in here and see if we can't fix this a little bit. So let's see what Auto thinks. Well, wait, hold on. Is the mask is still activated. There we go. So that's auto tone. That looks like crap. Let's do custom. Just want it to be a little warmer. So many things are cold. And highlights are okay, I think. And we'll bring it down just a bit. Okay. That's pretty good. And that may actually end up staying where it is. Same thing with the clarity. Don't want to get carried away with that damn thing. And I'm just boosting the saturation a little bit. We're going to go down here in the HSL and adjust it there. So I want the brick to jump a bit. And the orange. There we go. So I'm actually going to come back up here and pull this back just a smidge. Like that. That's not bad. Alright, where's our yellow? See, I'll always max out and then I'll pull back. Okay, that looks pretty good. Same thing with the green. Okay, that's not too bad. I don't think we have any purple. No. You can also come in here and actually adjust, like so. The gray here, we can actually change that. See how it's warmer now, and it's because of I'm sampling. So instead of it just being a stark, I can actually choose a color, and then I can, you know, adjust that saturation, and then I can also balance it out between the shadows if I wanted to. So let's say I wanted to change the shadows. You can actually, you know, adjust it this way. And a lot of times, you know, I won't even use the white balance feature. I know you've seen me do that today, but it's like, no, sometimes I'll just come in here and do it manually. So it's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Let's see here. Try doing a little punchy. All right. Let's. Again, there's not going to be much data for me to recover, even in the shadows. It's not going to get much better than that. So we're going to kill this photo because the ISO is screwed up. So I said we were going to do 4 more photos. I know we're at 12 o'clock, but I said I was going to do 4 photos. I'm going to do 4 photos. So I'm going to grab one more. Let's see. Do I have another one? Let me jump out there. Again, the photo has got to be in focus. Check all. I am not sure. I'm not sure that's in focus. You can grab that bagel. I don't know if that's in focus. We can check it out. And might be able to do this one. All right, let's go ahead. Pull them in. One's bound to be okay. So all right. You can start with this one. It'll take just a second. This will be good. Good for stock. See how the medium contrast looks. That's good. That it didn't mess with it too bad. So punch might not hurt it. Sometimes punch can hurt it. So I get weary of it. Yep, that's in focus. I'll take it. Thank you. Again, because we're not dealing with a raw file, we will have to either let it think it knows what's right or do it ourselves, which is what we're gonna do. So it looks like the light's coming in there, so I'm actually gonna start with a warmth. And now I know that this was more than likely taken in a car, if I remember right. Something like that. Trying to recover some of those blown out highlights. Shadow's okay. All right, let's see what we're dealing with here. Saturation's really high. Something like that. That's fine. All right, so we're gonna close it. And let's see here. Just looking. Now we're dealing with the overall settings for the image. Okay. Something like that. And we're just gonna pop some of these colors. Okay, so because of what I did, I gotta be careful. Because I put that gradient filter in there, it's messing with some of the stuff. I could take it out, but I don't want to go there yet. Just make this pop a little bit more, not be so dull like that. Again, I want it to come across like it's warm. Okay. That's pretty good. I think. All right. Just thinking about the complementary colors here. Cyan and orange are buddies. If you guys didn't know that. Come on, take it out and then just put it back in just a little bit. How's that? No, we can do a little more. How's that? Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Like I said, quick and dirty on that one. Let's see, what is this? Oh, okay. This doesn't really do anything for me. And because it's not a raw, I doubt I'm going to be able to. Well, actually, there's a little bit to recover. It's just, yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with this. So let's see here. Try to get rid of this. I don't know how bad that looks. It's not pretty. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I might be able to. Okay. No, It's just... No, let's get rid of that. I don't know. Let's just do a quick... See what this does. Yeah, see, it kills that, and there's a contour trail here up in the sky too, so it's like, wow. Just surprises me how much it does it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, because it's a little overexposed, we're gonna bring the exposure down. I'm just boosting the contrast just a bit here. And I'm going to come down here to the blue. We're going to see how much of this blue is actually... Yeah, quite a bit of it actually. So in a situation like this, what you could do is come in with this gradient filter. Just drop it right in this area here where this very strong blue is. And we can try to correct it. Now you can either do it through saturation or another means here. You can try it with saturation. Come here, saturation. There we go. See? Something like that. And it doesn't quite match the sky, so I'm just gonna do a little of this action. So basically what we've done here is we've actually come in and corrected the overexposure of the sky, and at the same time corrected the oversaturation of the ground here. And the only other thing you really could do, I'm just trying to think. I mean, it's kind of warm. Just trying. Yeah, I mean, there's just really not much you can do with this photo. It's not a well-composed photo. I don't even know who took it. I'm literally just trying to warm it up. Yellow's too much. Something like that. I was trying to offset some of this yellow that I've added. Again, you can't do much with this photo. It's probably not even in focus. Nope. More than likely it was taken from a roadside, so. Or I mean from a moving car. Let's see here. What about this one? Is this in focus? Depends. Well, first we'd have to get rid of Legal and Radisson. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of copyright work in this thing. So, just to do it quick and dirty, in case you're curious here, do a quick punch on it, and then just adjusting the shadows, looking at the highlights. It may be a cloudy day, but it doesn't need to stay that way. All right, now that that's done, you can punch stuff, just don't kill the data. Don't overexpose. This orange is nicely saturated. So let's see. So we just saturated that. Saturating the blue a little bit. Again, we're not going to kill it. Any purple here? Nope. There's some red. There we go. Just punch that red a little bit. That orange in the sky. There we go. We got any yellows? Yep. Just makes it a little warmer. Hello, green. Where are you? Okay, so there's an overall green cast on the wall here. So I think I'm going to take it out. Yeah. So dialing down the green. I don't think there's any magenta. Again, I do extreme so I can see it. We can try to punch this orange a little bit. And again, if you think, like, let's say this orange is too red, you know, you dial it to the yellow and you get more of a truer orange. Trying to think, what else would we maybe, so a little brighter. How's this? And I should have just left the red alone. Now that I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, but we can mess with it, you know. All right, so the focus is going down the street, obviously, so we don't need to mess with any stuff like that. Now there is some vignetting on this. We could fix that a little bit. So now some people like vignetting, and for those of you that don't know, this is vignetting. And sometimes I'll actually add vignetting to mine. But most of the time, people are in the process of trying to take it out. There we go. Something like that. And you could always, again, use your map here, or not map, filter. And what we can do is we can punch up that warmth. How do I? So something like that. It's the setting sun, so I'm trying to add a little more warmth to it. Not too much there. And it can also, you know, these filters can also be a source of, you know, let's say we just wanted to focus on these buildings here. So we're going to expand this out, something like that. And then now we're just going to, so if you saturate here though, you can see the sky's messed up. So that's why you want to come down and use your HSL. So, well, not your HSL there, but here. You can isolate it. Come on, color. It's gonna be yeah, it's not gonna do what I want it to. That's where the adjustment brush comes into play. So you can just, let's say, paint over this area here, and then it's gonna create a mask, and then see, you can just do it there. So we can just punch saturation a little bit more. It'll also help you bring a little more focus to that area going down the street. Something like that. It's not too bad. There we go. Yeah, that's not too bad. Bring sharpness down. Yep, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to call that one done, although I probably won't be able to use it. Is there anything else? I know we grabbed 4. What were they again? Lightroom. right, so yeah, we did this one on stream. So it started out like that and ended up like this. Oh, did you see it when I did the vignetting cart when I showed you? Or all right, then we did the sandwich. We messed with this one a little bit, so this one looked like this, and then we did that. It could still use some work, but I'm not gonna be able to upload it. So then you have this. It started with that. Oh, I can show you vignetting real quick. Hold on. So I'm just gonna use this light image here, and then vignetting is going to be, a lot of people see it in their photos. It's the darkening in the corners. I'm overdoing it here just so you can see the effect. Throughout the 90s into the early 2000s, people were very excited about doing white vignetting, and it's just no. A lot of people get the, some people actually put vignetting into play to add focus on a subject if it's not like naturally implied. So you could just add a little bit here to, but it's naturally implied because of the the subject. So, and then you can change it whether you want color priority and all that fun stuff. So yeah, so when I say vignetting, that's what it is. So I'll just finish going through these. So yeah, we did this one. This one was pretty much already done. It just needed to be tweaked. I did this one the other day. This one was way overexposed. That's what this one looked like. And then it ended up looking like that. It could still, you could just probably add a little more exposure. If I turn that off, go back up. Thank you. So just to see if it's too exposed, and hold on, I know what I want to do. Just to make it pop. Yeah, because the data's already gone. There we go. So yeah, started off like that, completely overexposed, and then it ended up like that. This one was just another, it looks like we did a bunch of stuff. We did, because we took out the mirror, we took out the light pole or utility pole, whatever, and we ended up with, now that I look at it, slightly overdone. Just gonna punch this back up. Something like that. A little more pop of contrast. Okay, that's better. So yeah, start off like this, and then of course I like adding a little warmth. In this case it might have been too much, so I dialed it back just a hair. Let's see here, I did this one the other day, did that one the other day, that one I didn't like. Oh, that's right, there was rope. I wanted to see if it was in focus, and it's not, so that's dead. Hello, doggy. I didn't know you were down here. This one we did. Let's see here. It started off like this, and we just punched it. And you get that. This. And that. Night and day. I did this one earlier before I decided to get on the stream. Started out like that, and ended like that. I did this one too. Some of these I won't be able to use. So there. Ended up like that. I really punched the color on that one. What else did I do? Oh, yeah, we did this one. I'm trying to get all the way back. So imported it at that. Really boring. And ended up right about there. I mean, I could use a little more punch. Not too much. Probably come down here in detail. And just a little bit. There we go. What else did I do today? This one I won't be able to use because the focus is wrong. This one I did. This one started out. Wow. Okay, so it started out looking like this. Really dull, boring. And ended up like that. What else? I did this one the other day. Again, super boring. Except for the fog, and then there's so many different things you can do, and you end up with something like that. I did this one earlier today. This could use a little more work. At least that's how I feel about it. This was taken with a macro and I wasn't careful, but it was the best one I could get out of it. So some other ones that I've already done. I did this one and I did this one. What else? So yeah, those are out on Shutterstock already. So yeah, just to, we're going through each one and we're getting them ready for our website, our photography site that we're gonna be having. Eventually I'll post the info over on Twitter. So that's it. I said screw it. I'll be totally unentertaining in a different way. So there we go. That's it. And I'm already 24 minutes. Oh my god, 30 minutes past what I was going to do. So that's it. And I don't think anyone's. Yeah, let's see here. I don't think. Refresh. I don't think anyone's on. Yeah, everyone's asleep. So, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Car, for checking out, and see you sometime. See ya.